Welcome to the Balance Hormone Solution podcast. If you're a woman, 35 plus, feeling exhausted, struggling to lose weight, and wondering where your libido went, this is for you. I am Tracy Aaron, a functional medicine practitioner who helps women balance their hormones naturally without prescriptions, guesswork, or trendy nonsense. Because here's the truth. Your symptoms aren't random. They're signals. And if you know how to listen, you can fix the root cause and start feeling like yourself again. If you're ready for real solutions, let's get to it. Welcome back to the Balanced Hormone Solution podcast. Today's episode might feel a little bit personal because I want to talk about something that so many of you are carrying, but quietly. You're doing everything right and you're still struggling. You're eating clean. You're taking all the supplements, you're working out, you're listening to all the podcasts, you're trying to manage your stress, you're following all the perimenopause accounts you can on social media, and yet you're still exhausted, still gaining weight, still waking up at 3 a.m., still dealing with your PMS or your mood swings, still not feeling like yourself. And that gap between your effort and the results you're still looking for is incredibly frustrating. So today, I want to talk about why that's happening and what actually you need to do to fix your hormones. So let's start with this. It's not a willpower problem. I want to say this very clearly. If you're struggling, it's not because you're lazy. Yes, there are lazy people out in the world, but you listening to this podcast, you doing everything right, you are not among them. And it's not because you don't want it badly enough. It's not because you haven't tried hard enough. In fact, most of the women who come to me are high capacity, intelligent, disciplined women. The problem isn't effort. The problem, honestly, is strategy. Hormones in your body, they're not isolated. They are part of a system that influences every other system in your body. And if you don't address that root system, you end up just chasing symptoms with random supplements forever and ever and ever. We live in a time where there is unlimited information. At your fingertips, you can Google how to balance hormones, best supplements for cortisol, how to fix estrogen dominance. But here's the problem. This information is just general. It's for the masses, but your body is unique. Your genetics are specialized to you. Your roadmap needs to be specific. And when you apply general advice to a very specific physiology, you can make things worse. I've seen it. Or at best, you just stay stuck. And either one sucks. Okay, let's be honest. So I want to tell you about the types of women that I find coming to me. Like first would be like the burned out high achiever. Okay, we can call her Sarah. She's in her late 30s. She's very successful. Okay, she works out 5 days a week. She eats clean. She tracks her macros. And yet her symptoms, they look something like waking up randomly at 3 a.m, reaching for a snack that she knows she's not hungry for, but her physiology, her energy is crashing. Her body's crying out for something. A cup of coffee, a piece of chocolate, some sweet treat. It's that afternoon crash. It's a little bit of stubborn belly weight that she's doing all the right things to get rid of, and it's not going anywhere. Increasing anxiety overall, just feeling worried about things. And this gal, Sarah, she's probably taking adrenal support supplement. She's probably on electrolytes every day. She's drinking green juice when she goes out. She's doing fasted HIIT workouts. She's intermittent fasting even, skipping dinners. But on paper, she looks healthy. And when I dig deeper with her, this is what I tend to find. Her blood sugar is not nearly as stable as we want it to be, and not nearly as stable as she thought that it was. Her cortisol that she's trying so hard to reduce, it's actually spiking at night. It's working against her. She's not eating enough to support her training load because she's trying to do the whole exercise more, eat less thing. And the nervous system that she's so faithfully trying to balance, it's constantly in overdrive. So the fasting and the fasted workouts, the things she thought were helping, they're actually just amplifying the stress response and the noise in the background. So how did I end up fixing Sarah? Guess what? It's not more supplements. I stabilized her blood sugar. I reduced her workout intensity temporarily, added morning protein, got some morning sunshine in, prioritized nervous system regulation, timed meals strategically for her and her day. Within 1 to 2 weeks, her sleep improved. Within a few months, she lost the weight that she was carrying around. She didn't need more discipline. She just needed alignment with her life. Another woman that I could say is a type that comes to me is the I've tried everything woman. Okay, we can call her Melissa. She's maybe early 40s. She's got pretty regular cycles, but they're getting heavier. Breast tenderness the second 2 weeks of her cycle. PMS rage, that irritability that kicks in a couple days before her cycle's going to start, and just overall low energy. She's been told, like, hey, the estrogen is totally normal. I don't know what you're talking about. She's assumed she had estrogen dominance. And so because of internet influencers, and it was working for her friend, and maybe a naturopath a couple of years ago told her she needed it, she's been on DIM, a very popular supplement that I get women off of all the time. She's been on calcium glucarate. I can't speak right now. Calcium D-glucarate. She's been on random hormone blends, all because they helped her friends. And she read about it, and it sounded like it was worth a try. But no one actually properly evaluated her and tested her specific situation. They didn't look at her progesterone, the timing of testing, her ovulation quality, what her iron status was, what her thyroid looked like, and whether or not it was converting TSH into T3, T4, all the things that we need to look at is just more than one hormone. Her ferritin was 22. We need it well above 50. Her progesterone, yeah, technically within range, but suboptimal for her age. Her body was not clearing stress effectively. So let's stop the aggressive estrogen detox and start supporting ovulation. Start addressing that iron depletion, and it's more than just eat steak. Start optimizing thyroid conversion, focusing on blood sugar stability. Her PMS, completely gone by the third cycle. Again, she didn't need more supplements. She just needed a personalized root cause approach. So women who come in and say, yeah, they want testing, they want their own personalized roadmap, they come to me doing the right things. They're eating clean. They're working out. They're lifting heavy. They're intermittent fasting. They're on multiple supplements. They're self-diagnosing themselves from social media. But what I find is that 0 of them have looked at their full hormone picture. 0 of them have functional labs that are interpreted correctly. They're not connecting their symptoms to their physiology, right? And so they don't have a plan to actually back their way out of the situation that they're in. So hormones are interesting in our bodies. You know, you can do the right thing, but it takes more than once. They need sequencing. They need a phased plan, because with hormones, you just don't fix everything at once. You have to stabilize first, then you can nourish and support, and then optimize. So let me just simplify this for you, because here's the things that it takes to actually fix your hormones. Number 1, it takes an accurate assessment. You can't just go on subjective data like symptoms. Yes, they're important, but we need objective data too. We need an accurate assessment. It's not just, hey, yeah, those symptoms point to this, you fall into this category, and oh, by the way, your labs are normal. No, we need to look beyond that. We need to look at a full thyroid panel, blood sugar, fasting insulin. I want to know not just what your iron is, what your ferritin is, your stored iron. I need to see a full inflammatory marker. I want progesterone status, stress patterns, more than just a cortisol spit test first thing in the morning. I need 4 points throughout the day. Clarity changes everything for my clients. Number 2, it's a full nervous system reset. And yes, maybe you meditate every once in a while. You do a little box breathing every now and again. I love that. You're doing great. Keep it up. But you cannot out-supplement a dysregulated stress response. And it's more than just box breathing every now and again. Because if your body feels unsafe, it's going to suppress the ovulation, increase your fat storage, disrupt your sleep, alter all the thyroid signaling from your thyroid to your brain and to your gut. And that regulation is foundational, and we really need to take a multi-pronged approach. Number 3, it's strategic nutrition. It's not just, hey, eat 30 grams of protein at every single meal. You need more vegetables, eat more fiber. Healthy is not always hormone supportive. We need to know what you need for your body, for your situation. Whether you're under eating, not getting enough protein, having erratic meals, over fasting. These are common triggers that I see. Because our hormones, they need stability, they need adequate calories, protein, micronutrients, and they need a lot of consistency. We need to think of our hormones like little toddlers. They just need to know what to do and when to do it. And number 4 is personalization. And this is the part that you just simply cannot DIY forever. Get started, do the right things, do what you know you can do, and get help when you know you need it. Because 2 women can both have fatigue, and they need completely different approaches. One might need iron, the other needs thyroid support. One needs to stop overtraining, one needs to start eating breakfast. Without this clarity, you just end up guessing forever. And this guessing is very exhausting. Not only that, it's time consuming and it gets expensive over time. So the hard truth is that you can keep piecing things together from Instagram. You can keep trying new supplements every 60 days. You can keep hoping that it's going to resolve on its own and you're going to move through this path and it will one day be behind you. But most women don't come to me because they lack information. They come because they're tired of guessing and they want a guide and the accountability they need to move all the way through. So what working with me looks like reviewing your full health history, analyzing your labs functionally, identifying true root drivers, creating that phased strategy, knowing where to start and where we're ending up, and we adjust along the way based on response, not trends, not something that worked for your best friend. And you end up having clarity for the first time, a plan that works, confidence, because there's no more random protocols, no more chasing symptoms, no more wondering if you're doing the right or the wrong thing. So if you see yourself in Sarah, if you see yourself in Melissa, if you're tired of trying harder with no payoff, then let this podcast be your sign. It's not more discipline that you need. It's not more rules. It's not another guide on the internet that you can find. You need direction. You need personalized support. You need to know what's going on with your body. So if you're ready for that personalized hormone strategy, instead of guessing, I want to invite you to make a free hormone assessment call. This is where I get to know you. I hear your story. I find out what's going on, and I could speak directly into what I see. I'm going to identify your biggest leverage points and determine if working together is the right next step. So the link's in the show notes. You don't have to keep doing this alone. And you don't have to settle for your labs are normal or you're feeling good enough, because you deserve to feel clear, amazing, steady, energized, balanced, sexy, full of vitality. All right, so thank you for being here, and I will see you next time on the Balanced Hormone Solution podcast. That's it for today's episode of the Balanced Hormone Solution podcast. If this resonated, don't just listen, do something about it. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. And if you know another woman who's tired of feeling like a stranger in her own body, send her this way. For more support, check out the show notes. I've got resources to help you get started. Just remember, your body isn't broken. You just need the right tools. See you next time.